During the season, we love to time flies of yards, 10, 20, 30 yards. We like 20 meters because we can do relay. I don't like to measure stuff. So like 20 meter flies, that's a relay zone. 35 meter flies, that's a 2 hurdle marks on the curve. We love yards. We don't do any 10 meter flies outdoors, ever, because our guys aren't going to be as fast as they were in the winter because we're doing all that extra work. And I don't want them to feel bad. Positive reinforcement. Now these are 2 normal, actually 2 really good sprinters I had as freshmen. One came in 5:12, and 8 weeks later he was running 4:54. And then another one came in running 4:83. 8 weeks later he's run 4:38. He led the state in rushing 3 years later. This guy anchored my 4x1 3 years later. He was in the 4x2. I show you this because I want you to see Marcellus. He came in last year, run 4:34. On day 2, he ran the second workout. He did like 4:22. I don't know what the hell we did to him, but we weren't worried. So I think with an elite sprinter, you cannot put too much emphasis on growth. It's really, there's a lot of maintenance that goes on. Here's his 10 meter fly times. He comes in and goes 0.92 right off the bat. That's okay. He ended up 0.93. So, yeah, I think that's one thing I learned with coaching Marcellus is that we are not going to get upset if he isn't run 0.92 every day. I do this, I've done this for like ever, and I post these on Twitter. Marcellus was not our top 40 guy. Carlos Boggett was our number 1 last year, but Carlos did not have Marcellus's top end speed. Remember, 10 meter fly speed is the holy grail. That is, everybody's pretty normal. Matter of fact, when we do 30, Carlos was our best at 30 meter block start. And I figured it out one day, Bolt would have been about 6 feet ahead of him at the 30. And then Bolt would have killed him. You understand what I mean? So all these coaches that, acceleration's where it's at, acceleration. 10 meter fly. Now, to run a good 10 meter fly, you've got to accelerate into it. These are our 10 meter flies. I'll go quickly through these. 35 meter curve, you'll see Marcellus up at the top or near top on all of these. Fly 40. 30 meter starts, we have all the years in there. 15-yard block start, we come out of the blocks. We have 2 cones, one at the first hurdle mark and one at the second. Something new we tried. We just did it once. The fast guys were still the fast guys. Here's a lactate workout. I'm not going to spend any time on these, but I have a 450 4x4 predictor, and the predictors are very, very accurate, and it allows us to record, rank, publish. And if you want these things, email me and I'll send you 26 pages of clinic notes that I made up for the Wisconsin clinic last year. It's like a book, but it has all these things in it. The 600 meter 4x4, I'll tell you what it is. It's a 200, 200, 200. It's all done in a 10-minute period. Spiked up. If you think that's easy, it's not. I had to go check and see one time if Marcellus was alive. I kind of nudged him with my foot, and then he started puking out of the side of his mouth. That's a true story. Because he kills himself in every workout. He's a cat. Now, he'd probably get a bad attitude if we were doing 400 repeats. But he kills himself. 24-second drill. We do 24 instead of 23 because our turns are hairpin tight But Marcellus went 208, 204. That's amazing. This guy here was trained using at least my lactate workouts. He did this workout once. We didn't do it all last year because it's too damn hard. But if I had Kamari, we'd be doing this. 200, 45-second walk back, another 200 at goal pace. He ran 23, 23. And then 10 minutes later, he had to be drugged back on the track, and he went 23, 23 again. If you can do that, you can run a 46. And that's what he ran. And he's at Houston now. And he's not in their top 5 in the 4x1. Not in their top 5. He's 4x4 only. State meet. Everybody's about the same until top speed clicks in. Gold and silver medalists right here. 10:39, 10:40. I mean, Marcel's a good accelerator. One of the things I learned from Charlie Francis is that if an elite sprinter runs a PR, he ain't going to do it again for the next week. Maybe 10 days. Maybe 2 weeks. A PR to an elite sprinter. Now, if you're a generic guy, you can PR at every meet. Marcel, so his next day he ran 10:65. So here were his indoor 60s. Solid 60s. He was top times champ, 686. Here were his 100. You can't count April because the wind and everything. This is solid. I'm so proud. Now, you can say, oh, gee, well, what a terrible state meet. Well, he ran the 10:40, and then next. Elite sprinters are not going to run 10:39 the next day. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. So I told Marcellus this year, back off a little bit, you know? Like run 10:50 or something. Don't be running 10:40s the day before. Tell a cat that and they won't listen. Because remember, they're not like distance guys. They're not just running. They are competing. Our 4x1, yeah, we were good enough to be state champs, and damn, we got beat by Homewood Flossmoor and Yorkville, but you know, that's solid. That's good. Well, yeah, we just got to get better. This is proof that even though there was a Jamaican that ran a win legal 10:51, Marcellus is officially the world record holder as the fastest 100 ever. Marcellus, you want to come up and do a couple things? Good, we have a little bit of time. I just want you to, obviously we can't do much up here. I want you to visualize some things that we do. I see Marcellus every day, and his lab reports are mediocre.
I get 100 on everyone.
But you could be getting 106%, right? You're leaving some points on the table. We're going to talk. All right. Okay. Let's just kind of demonstrate what a start looks like. Okay, imagine this. I'm down there sitting in a chair, and Marcellus is on the line. We go left foot forward, left hand high, and we have 2 cones up here timing the final 10 meters of a 40-yard dash. I invented that. I love it. There's 2 different types of information we get. If I didn't have 20 years of handheld data, I would FAT everything. However, when you FAT everything, kids don't feel as fast. What? My time was, my son Alec coached the great hurdler, but he also coached the 3rd place guy last year. And this guy ran 14 low and could not break 5 FAT in the 40. And he felt like he was slow. But really, that's like, I don't know, that is slow. Okay, so just kind of slow, don't run fast, okay? Just show what a start looks like and then jog through. There you go. And he runs through, And Marcellus is so high. One of the great things about the 10-meter fly at the end of the 40 is it teaches guys to run through the finish line. And otherwise, your 10-meter fly time is going to suck. And our wall is what, maybe 20 meters away from the end of our 40? Well, if Marcellus did not veer off on the curve, if he went into the wall, there'd either be a hole in the wall or he would be hurt badly because he is going so fast at the end of his race. So I love that whole thing. Before we do the 3 10-meter flies, or the 3 runs, by the way, we're doing this with 30, 40, 50 guys, so there's a lot standing around, and coaches are like, man, you ought to get them doing some stations over there, push-ups, and no, it's recovery. These are cats. No, I don't want them playing grab ass, but I don't know what that is, but I don't want them doing that, you know. But we are not trying to get them busy or in shape in between runs. We're just recovering. Now, a couple things in our sprint drills. Everybody does sprint drills maybe, but we do them better than you. And if not, good for you. When we do, you can show a fast march, can't you? Yeah. Speed march, faster. Pop, 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 tall. Good hands, good hands. That's all sprinting is a march. Okay, then do, you want to come this way? Now we'll just do skips, and we try to do it really with energy. And one of the things we always talk about is hands, and we talk about getting the foot out in front. We don't skip. I see track teams going. No arms. It's stupid. Do good skips. Okay, now I would say, quicker, quicker. Okay, do it quicker though. Good. Okay, so then everybody knows our butt kicks. We never go here. We just come here. Go ahead and show butt kicks. Quick. And I really coach the hell out of them. Some coaches are like drinking coffee and talking about their school day. Well, I can't coach them when they're sprinting. Everybody does high knees well. We do that. We do 5 box jump. Get up. There you go. We pretend we're jumping over boxes. Guys that are good at that are good sprinters. We do bounds. Yep. We do prime times. Don't have much room. Now with prime times, straight-legged bounds, one of the things that we do differently, we do prime times twice, by the way, because I think it's that important. I learned it from Corfus. And one of the things we do is we race. We don't just do them. We're like, whoo, yeah, we're going. Go ahead. There, go, what? And then we go butt kick and reach. And once again, I see a lot of teams doing backwards running. We don't do that. We butt kick and reach and race. Careful. But he was down a little bit. I'd say, stay tall. So we're always trying to stay tall. And then we do we do 2 of those 2, then we do 1 acceleration. So we do that, then we do the 340s, and then coaches say, then what? And then they go home. Or they go to the weight room. Last year we had maybe 30 track guys going into the weight room after practice every day. Marcellus just went in and faked it. But, see, he faked it. And see, that's the thing about timing too. When you time guys, they learn what works and what doesn't. And if you're all tight and sore from lifting, your times suffer. So then you need to go in and fake it. Okay, so that's our speed days all winter. And then we do X Factor stuff. And I'm just going, all the stuff Corfus does, it's all X Factor. So buy his videos and stuff. It's, we do the Franz Bosch stuff where, we go. We either go up on a wall or we'll go up, hesitate, and go on a box. See, You're going to prevent that. So all those Bosch things. Now, one of the things we do at least once a week is wickets. Now, our Corfus doesn't believe this, but I believe that just sticks of wood is all you need. The kids will step over them like you want them to, and they never knock them down. I hate it. I hate it when they knock them down, and I really hate it when everybody laughs. And I have to, So anyway, what we do first, we go 6 feet, but sometimes we go 7. Sometimes we go 5 on one side, 5 feet, and 7 on the other, adding some chaos to the whole thing. 5 feet is high and choppy. 7 feet, you better be running really, really fast. Really fast. Because you don't get over 7 feet by doing that. You get over 7 feet by good front side mechanics and great speed. So the first thing we do is we just go normal, pretend like there's some sticks there. But we're going full speed, obviously. So we're just going normal. We have a line of guys. They never knock over the hurdles because we don't have hurdles. We just put sticks on. How many sticks? 8, 9, something like that. The next time we go hands to the sky. And like, you can't be, like this, like Chris says. You want to be hands totally to the sky. So, good. And then we go, we've invented some things. Airplanes. And then we go pistols. By the way, our guy said this is the hardest thing we ever do, except for lactate workouts. I mean, they have to do like 7 30-meter fast things. That's pretty hard. What am I forgetting? Oh, hugs. I don't call them hugs for pugs or whatever. And my pug is perfectly healthy. Except for he does weigh 34 freaking pounds. He's really big boned. He's just a big boned pug. And then, is there one more? Oh, raise the roof, our favorite. And then, this is a cool thing that I've stumbled onto. Then we say, okay, bring the arms back. And I swear to God, they look better. They look better after going through all the take away the arms things, that they really look good when we finally do that. We do hurdle mobility. A lot of the stuff that Chris is talking about, the hip work, you can get that done. Just go overs on hurdles. Pretend there's hurdles. This is really hard for Marcellus because he has short legs. Good. And we'll do, all the different things, the can or whatever. You talk overs and unders. Let's show leg swings. You can use the podium. This is something that goes sideways. Now, before you go, let me demonstrate. I'll demonstrate poorly. We do this. We try to grab a little bit of ground, and then I tell people, okay, but I'm 58, and that's way too slow, and the range of motion sucks. We got to go really high. Be careful, this floor is kind of sticky. Faster, higher, faster, higher, faster, higher. Okay, notice he quit. Why'd he quit? Tired. We don't train tired people. And we're not going to do another thing until he's recovered. And if we, okay, now Marcellus would be like, Coach, we need a little more time. Okay, let me know when you're ready. What else? We do med balls. Oh, let's do assisted Plyos. You want to go with me?
Yeah, regular one.
Regular. Okay, ready? Go. Okay. We don't overdo it. Now we go laterals, left and right. Okay. And then we do cat jumps. This is how I figured out I was 5 when I came up with Feed the Cats, because me and a friend were throwing cats off a roof, and they'd always land and then run like hell. And I thought, speed training someday, feed the cats. So we do a thing, just jump off this and stick the landing. Good. We're working on stiffness. Stiffness. We don't want to be loose. Then jump high. Good. Now do 180. Now it starts to get fun. Pretty good. Now do 180 the other way. Good. Now do a 360. Now we usually jump off a top bleachers about 3 feet. Oh, you're falling. You failed that one. So we actually have one guy that does backflips and sticks a landing. He's weird though. And then we do depth jumps where we step off, land, and get over 2 hurdles. Jump as high as we can. And anything else that looks cool on Twitter, we'll plug it in. Our football coach actually participated a lot last year, and he'd come out and push those sleds. That's not we don't push, pull, parachute. We don't do any of that stuff. But you know what? It doesn't hurt them. And anyway, you got to make a deal with the devil every day as a track coach. And the devil's the football coach. And you have got to get those kids. I had 28 football players on my 52-man sprint group. 28 out of 52. And all 13 of our shot putters were football players. All 13. Okay? Whatever it takes, I have to make deals with the devil. You're done. What a great guy, huh? Marcellus knows everyone. I mean, he knows everyone. I'll mention somebody who goes, yeah, we text. Yeah, and I think we talked to him last year before the season, said, hey, remember this at all times. People, you're going to win a lot of races, and you've got to ask yourself, do you want to be a guy that people cheer for? Or do you want to be a guy that everybody hopes you lose? And I guarantee he's a guy that everybody cheers for. It's really a fun thing to be a part of. Now, I want to end talking about this. This is really important to me. That Steve Jones thing just blew me away. Just blew me away. I mean, it's unbelievable talk, first session today. This guy up here was a guy named Gay Kintner, a legendary coach at Decatur High School. And this is in 1954. And my dad is in the back row right up here. That's my dad. And my dad had one of those families that had pretty much missing parents. And this guy right here became the father figure to my dad. And my dad went to college probably because of that guy. And then when he's done with the college, he wanted to be that guy. It's pretty powerful stuff. In his first year, I was born on February 15th of 1960. My dad was already a head basketball coach. February 15th of 1960, this guy died of a heart attack. On the bench. On the bench. 3 days from my first birthday. My dad went on and coached for 47 years. Paying it forward. And he told me one time when I was 15, about 15 years after Gay died. He said, I want to die on the bench. Just like my coach did. And it's so strange, it almost happened. He got out in his 1 year after he retired. 47 years, the next year he had quintuple bypass surgery. He was a walking time bomb. There's no question in my mind that my dad would have died on the bench. And now I've coached for 37 years, and I don't want it to end. I'm still paying it forward. My entire life has been a tribute to my dad, which means it was a tribute to Gay Kintner. And now my son, 8 years. 8 years he's been a coach, and he will coach forever, paying it forward. So my son is the legacy of that guy that coached with a suit and tie back in 1955, the guy that died on the bench. And I say this because 8 years ago, I was at a clinic, and I was talking about paying it forward, and one of my former athletes gave me a call the next day, Chad Licatos, coach of the state champions, Edwardsville track team, and said, would Alec like to come and coach here? Alec was probably the first coach to ever be hired without an interview. That's the way Edwardsville does things. They brought him in, and they showed him around. I said, when are they going to interview you? He said, Dad, I think I got the job. And it's worked out well. It's really worked out well for Edwardsville. So, in a shameless promotion, my son Quinn graduates this year. And he has a biology degree. He coached the wide receivers for our varsity this year. He coached the defensive backs for our varsity the year before when they went to the championship game. And he's coached track with me. He coaches our relays, and it'll be his 5th year. And I swear to God, I will highly recommend him, that he will be a fantastic coach, and he will continue the legacy of that guy in that black and white picture, Gay Kittner, that died on the bench. Thank you so much for coming.